Hey everyone, so today is a how-to tutorial on how to clean your brushes. There are different ways to clean them. Soap and water works perfectly fine. There are makeup companies like MAC and other prolific companies do cleaning solution for your brushes, which are fine. They contain a small amount of alcohol. They're perfectly fine and very good thing to use. You really need to clean your brushes. It's very important, particularly if you're working on somebody else. Now, for me, I want my brushes clean to hospital grade standard. I want them to be so clean, all bacteria, everything dead. And let's say you're working on somebody and they have a cold sore that's just coming, they don't even know it yet, or an eye infection that they're not aware of. You want to know that the brush that you're using on their face can be used on somebody else's face and be cleaned to hospital grade standard. It's very important. So what I use is something like this, and it's basically 99% alcohol, and I've been using it for years and years. One of these will cost you about £30 for 5 litres, and it will last you about 5 years. So it's not a lot of money when you look at it like that. I've been cleaning my brushes with this for years. Some of my brushes are years and years and years old. It hasn't ruined the brushes, it hasn't altered the texture of the brushes, they're not coarse or anything like that. So you just put a little bit in your canister or whatever you want. Here's a dirty brush, and you just swirl it around. All the color comes off, and then on a paper towel or one like this, you just knock off the excess and then dry it and put it down here to dry. The best thing about this method is that a brush like this, which you'll see as I go on and talk, will take about 60 seconds to dry. So it's like that. You can clean it, go on somebody else, clean it, go on to somebody else, which is how you want. And again, I need to stress the point, it has to be clean. Your brushes have to be clean if you're working on somebody else. You can't be just wiping them off on a tissue without disinfecting them. They need to be clean. You need to be careful because nobody wants any problems with their face, eye infections. If you're working on somebody with acne, just make sure everything is 100% clean. And this stuff will clean it to hospital grade, and that's what you want. And like I said, they dry so fast. A really big thick brush like this, for example, which is by Louise Young, and it's amazing. This will take about 5 minutes to dry. But this one here that I just did, you just knock it on the back of my hand, make sure all the color's gone. There you go, dry. They dry instantaneously because the alcohol just evaporates, kills everything and evaporates. It's amazing, and the only thing I would recommend you clean your brushes with, of course you can use soap and water, that's perfectly fine. The drying time is much longer, of course. I prefer this because I want to make sure that everything is clean. And while we're talking about clean, disinfect your makeup too, because I use Beauty So Clean. Everything, powders, pressed powders, eyeshadows, blushes, creams, get sprayed with that every time, so everything is clean. Very important.